Alright folks, welcome back. Today I've got the Klarus G10. It's an 1800 lumen, USB rechargeable. It does have a tail cap. It's IPX8. It's drop resistant up to 1 meter. It has a 250 meter beam distance on it. It does have a side switch. It's a really small 18650 powered light with a lot of power. So let's get into it. Alright, what you get with this light is a manual. You get a holster that has the ability to come all the way apart, so you can hook it to a bag or molly gear or anything like that. And then there's a strap underneath it that will, a belt loop you can put a belt through. Has a clip. Has the Klarus emblem on the front of it. You get the light itself. You get a 3600 milliamp hour 18650 battery. You get a charger, micro USB to USB, and you get the box, and that's everything that comes in it. The light does have a spring on both ends. So there's a spring in the bottom there. There's a spring at the top side here. There is no battery indicator anywhere on this light. There's no battery indicator there on the inside or the outside. So you'll just have to know that positive side goes up. Alright, there is no, you can't mechanically lock this light out. If I turn it on, you see it's on, and then I unscrew it, look at this. It stays on all the way until the battery is no longer connected. So you have to use the electronic lockout on this flashlight. You cannot do a mechanical lockout, which I guess is okay, because you want the light to be waterproof, and when you go to unscrewing it, it's less waterproof. It's more likely to get water in it. But they do offer a lockout on this flashlight. So if you hold both of the buttons, you get that flashing like that, and now it's off. And every time I click a button, it's just going to give me some flashes. And so that's nice. And to turn it on, you triple click. So now it's back on, but it doesn't turn on until you hit it again. So I really like that there's an electronic lockout, and that it's not just holding down one button, because I found that if you hold down a button to unlock it, you often accidentally unlock the light. With this one, you have to triple click, which is very unlikely in a bag to triple click any button fast. So good job on the electronic lockout they have. There's a tiny USB hole, and what you can do with that is charge the battery. It comes with a cable. When you plug that cable in, it gives you an indication of what it's doing. It will turn green when it's fully charged. It's red while it's charging. This is also an indicator once you turn the light on. So when you turn the light on for the first couple of seconds, that's going to light up letting you know where the battery level is. So when it's green, it's above a certain percent. We'll get into that in just a second. So you have a battery power indicator on there. It also tells you when it's locked out, and it also tells you when it's charging. So there's a lot of functions in that little bitty light. That's nice. I mean, it's just, I'm really liking this light. Alright, so the user interface on this light is you click the tail switch. There's two ways to operate this tail switch. Well, here's how you operate the tail switch. If you hold the tail switch down, you go into turbo. That's 1800 lumens. If you let it go, it goes off. So if you hold it down, it's only momentary. Now I let it go, it goes off. That's all it does. If I double click, I get a strobe. If I click it once, I get low. If I click it again, oh, that's low. That's 170 hours at 10 lumens. The next one up is 100 lumens at 14 hours. And the next one up is 400 lumens at 4 hours, which that is plenty. And the next one up is 1800 lumens at 1 hour. So that's what you get with this light. There is a strobe and a SOS. So if you double click, you get strobe. You double click again, you get SOS. So it's a really nice feature about this light is I can, from the tail switch, if I click it, I get low. If I click and hold, I get turbo. But you've got like a half a second. You'll see the green light comes on when I start hitting the button, and then the light comes on when it comes on. You see that? So you've got to wait for it to come on. So I'm going to tell you go when I hit the button. So go. And that's how long you have to wait on light to get turbo. If you just click it, it's instant with the low mode. And if you click the side switch, so the side switch remembers the last mode you had it in while using the side switch. Does that make sense? Tail switch, always low, then you can click up or hold down and get turbo. The side switch always remembers what mode you were using last when you were in the side switch, what light output. So if I'm going to turn that on, I click it and it'll scroll through all the modes. And if I hold it down, it'll turn it off in that mode. And when I click it again, it turns it back on in that mode. And also from the side switch, you can also do the momentary turbo. If you don't just click it, but if you hold it like you do the tail switch, it'll go into turbo, and when you release it, it comes off. So if you like that, you get it out of both buttons. You hold it down, you get turbo, and it turns off as soon as you release it. Same with the side switch. So if you like that, you get it. And then you can go right back in there. You click this side switch, it'll remember the last mode. If you just click the back one once, you get low. So for me, since I get direct access to low on the tail switch, what I do is I put this side switch on the turbo mode, and then I hold it down and turn it off in turbo. So that way, if I want instant access to low, I click here. And if I want faster instant access to turbo, and it's not a tactical emergency type situation, you click here and it just stays on. I don't have to hold the button and it stays on. So there's that. And to turn this light off, you have to hold a button down if you're not using the momentary from the tail switch. So let's say I click this back switch on. Every time I click it or double click it, it's going to keep going into light modes. The only way to get it off is to hold it down. Same with the side switch. Once I turn it on, hold it down to get it off. So some people don't like that. They don't want to hold it down to turn the light off. I don't mind with this light. I really like that I can have my memorized mode here, and that I can do momentary turbo, or I can just click it and get low mode. And that's the user interface on it. Alright, so the beam on this thing. This light, I'm going to be comparing it because of the price range. I'm kind of torn on how I want to compare it. You have the Olight M2T and the Olight M2R. This is the M2T and that's the M2R. And it's hard. I want to compare the ones that are of like price, right? Because that to me makes sense. They're of like price. To me, when you take out the magnet on the Olight, they both have a tail switch and they're comparable. So for me, these are comparable, right? Because they both have the tail switch, not the magnet. They both, and see, then again, I'm torn. So now you're looking at, this one's $100 from Olight to get onboard charging, and the Klarus is $69 to get onboard charging, tail switch, side switch, similar, not the same user interface, for $69 or $100. Now here's the difference. Olight is big on, they're not just going to give you the most lumens to blow out, to surprise you, to go crazy. They're going to give you something that's practical, usable. This thing, the Klarus, it gets hot. It gets real hot. It pumps out 1800 lumens, and you can tell it just a minute into it. This whole head on this thing gets hot. But it's a smaller light. I mean, what are you willing to give up a little bit of size to get a smaller light? So that's all the way up to you. But because I'm comparing these, we're gonna go with the M2T, and we're gonna go with the Klarus, and I'm gonna show you the beam. So this is your M2T beam, and there's your Klarus. So when you put them side by side, they are really, really, really similar. The Klarus has a bit more of a hot spot in the middle, but the surrounding outside of the hot spot is about the same. So these lights are almost the same size, except the Klarus is much, well, not much, but it's smaller. All right, there's a comparison there. They both have a tail switch. They both have a side switch. This one has onboard charging and 1800 lumens. This one does 1000 lumens, and it is does not have onboard charging. The Klarus does 1800 lumens. The Olight does 1200 lumens. But you really, I mean, you can barely tell a difference. And for the amount of heat you get, I'd rather have the 1200 lumens. For that little bit of difference, I don't want the heat that comes off of it. I mean, it just seems like an unreasonable amount of heat. But do you need a smaller light? Do you need the size? Do you need something that's in your pocket a little smaller? And it's got a USB recharging port on it. That matters, right? Well, let's take it outside and compare this to the Olight M2T. And the reason we're going to compare them is they both have tail switches, both have side switches. They're the exact same price. This one's 1800 lumens. This one's 1200 lumens. This one has onboard charging. The Olight does not have onboard charging and does not come with an 18650. You have to put an 18650 in it. It comes with CR123 batteries when you buy it. This one comes with an 18650 and it's 1800 lumens, but it gets hot. It gets hotter than I care for. I mean, it won't burn you, it won't set anything on fire. I just prefer my light not to get that warm, but it's tiny. I mean, look at how little the head is compared to that one. This one's 1800 lumens. This one's 12. And just look at the difference in head sizes. So, how about the Klarus will tail stand? The M2T will not. So, for $69, if I had to pick, and as much as I love Olight, I would pick this one due to the onboard charging and the similar capabilities they have of each other. And you get more lumens, right? And you get an included battery. So, man, as much as I like Olight, I would pick this over the M2T today. Let's take them outside and compare beams, because they are really similar. There's G10, M2R. G10, M2R. M2R, G10, M2R, G10, M2R, G10. This is the M2R. This is the G10. folks, there it is, the Klarus G10. It is a dual switch, tail standable, side clip, holster, USB rechargeable, 1800 lumen, 18650 powered flashlight. That is just nice. Alright, well, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you will, I have a Facebook page that I'm going to put in the description below. It's a place to look at other people's reviews and stuff like that. I do giveaways. I also show other content other than just this video. So look at the description. There will also be a link to where you can purchase this light. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching.